I don't know why, but I haven't done a versus battle video in such a long time, and a lot of people love these videos too. Like, let that sink in. Not you! You haven't liked and subscribed yet! No! No, get the heck out of here! So, as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about Metal Sonic versus Cell. I love Dragon Ball, I love Sonic, so I can talk about both, which is great. And I love Dragon Ball's story more than Sonic's. I think Sonic's is more childish, and it's really very inconsistent. Compared to Dragon Ball, it's really straightforward, and the story is amazing. So, Death Battle, if you didn't know, was doing a talk show, and they were talking about Metal Sonic versus Cell. And I was watching it live and I heard like some things that were crazy. I couldn't believe my freaking ears. So what I'm gonna do is play some parts, then respond point by point, and then you're gonna enjoy the video and like it, right? Subscribe, yes.
And you know who isn't nearly as memorable? So unmemorable that they had to like redesign him, and then he got just trounced. Metal Sonic, I think that's his name.
I don't know where this is coming from. Just like every other character, when the modern days came around, they got a new redesign. I'm thinking he's thinking that Metal Sonic was Metal Sonic when no, they're two different people. Yes, a lot of people don't know this. He actually showed up in the comics too as well, and he's still as strong as heck, and actually he's a good guy. But either way, nobody forgot about Metal Sonic. He showed up in one of the most popular games, Sonic CD. He showed up in the Chaotix game. There's different variants of Metal Sonic. Everybody knows who Metal Sonic is, let's be honest.
Cell has to like glom you and eat you with his tail in order to absorb your abilities. Metal Sonic just has to absorb you using an ability, or just copy your biodata entirely. However, Metal Sonic could very easily copy Cell's biodata, learn his abilities, learn how to manipulate Ki.
He's not gonna have Ki because he's like a robot.
He learned to copy and manipulate chaos energy, which is at least as foreign to a robot being.
Yeah, but chaos is like a universal power in the Sonic universe. Ki comes from a living being.
From a life force, yeah. I think it's
when Metal Sonic copies your biodata, he's copying your skills, your personalities, your genetic history, everything about you. He's copying you down from a DNA minute level. For example, if he sees Tails flying, he's going to fly after downloading his biodata. If he sees Sonic running, he's going to run faster and get as fast as Sonic, hands down, probably even faster, boost his speed because he downloaded his biodata. Whatever makes you strong makes him even stronger. That's how the biodata works. Metal Sonic and Sonic Riders can copy all the abilities of the riders and make himself the perfect rider and the fastest one. He can also do this to Tails in the game. Within Espio's DNA, his power allows him to go invisible as a chameleon. And guess who looked at that and copied that? Metal Sonic. Like, excuse the quality because it's an old game, but he even copies down Silver's psychokinesis ability. He doesn't need the energy you have or the gadget you have or whatever. Even when fighting Shadow, he copies his chaos control ability. It's just that simple. But he doesn't even have chaos energy within him, and he's able to use chaos attacks. If you don't understand that, I don't know what it's gonna take. Somebody in the comments can probably explain it better, I guess.
Eggman has completely f***ed up everything, and Metal Sonic is like, Eggman, I can do a better job than you.
He wasn't even Eggman at the time. He was Mr. Tinker. First of all, Metal Sonic doesn't view himself above Eggman, nor does he see a competition between the two. Actually, he views him as a father figure.
His claim to fame for taking over for his conquest during the story is he conquers Angel Island, Knuckles' island. The island that is infamously barren and undefended because Knuckles is never there to defend in the first place. So the easiest place to conquer in the entire Sonic universe. He said,
Knuckles is always there. I would say that this is probably the hardest place to take over. It gets so bad that even Sonic and stuff have to come and check on Knuckles because they barely see him. POV, here's Knuckles in mostly all Sonic games. Here's Sonic Forces, where he hasn't seen Sonic in almost 6 months.
So Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow show up. He uses the Master Emerald, Metal Sonic uses the Master Emerald to go into his super form. And then he fights base Sonic, base Knuckles, base Shadow, and gets his ass kicked as a super form.
Excuse me? Run that back. Did we read the right comic?
Shadow stabs him in the chest with a basic Chaos Spear, which is like his basic ass energy attack.
Shadow snuck up on him while he was fighting Sonic and Knuckles. What?
Metal Sonic literally wiped the floor with Knuckles and Sonic. It wasn't until Shadow out of nowhere came and off-guarded Metal Sonic in the weakest part of his body out of nowhere. Again, off-guarded.
I actually do not think it can be compared to the super forms that Super Sonic and Super Shadow have, right? Or even Hyper Knuckles, because those use the Chaos Emeralds. And the Master Emerald is a little different. It controls the other emeralds, but like, if it could make Sonic Super Sonic, why has he never done that? Why did he need the Chaos Emeralds to fight Bio-Lizard at the end of Sonic Adventure 2 if Knuckles was carrying around the Master Emerald the whole time?
You forgot to say that nobody could damage him after that.
What people don't understand is that the Master Emerald is way more powerful than the Chaos Emeralds, which is why it's able to neutralize the power of the Chaos Emeralds, because it's more powerful than them. And Knuckles says this in Sonic Adventure 2 to Rouge the Bat.
The Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emeralds. That makes it very powerful.
I'm pretty sure whoever reads, plays, or indulges in any type of media from Sonic knows the main reason why Sonic doesn't use the Master Emerald to go super. Knuckles. Knuckles doesn't want anybody touching his Master Emerald, and this is made clear throughout every single game. I just hate it when people always bring up, why doesn't this character do this then, or if this then, or this then, like when it's always clearly just because of plot. It's like saying, why does Goku train instead of just using the Dragon Balls to get stronger and always be the strongest in the universe and stuff? Why doesn't he just go search around for the Dragon Ball? Why does he sit there for 7 years training with Beerus and stuff and Whis? It's just like, it's just for plot.
I think if you pit Super Neo against Super Sonic would fucking trounce him.
Right before they got their tail whooped, they said that Super Sonic would get neutralized.
No. Metal Sonic is Sonic's biggest rival. Nobody has gotten close enough to defeating Sonic other than Metal Sonic.
Cell infamously says he can destroy a solar system. I really want to make sure this is up. Within the universe, there are nebulae composed of innumerable stars, and there are galaxies composed of innumerable nebulae. The solar system, a galactic nebula, is on the outskirts of the known North Galaxy. It is a nebula, which according to an official guidebook, has innumerable stars. I think, I don't think Metal Sonic's gonna be able to compete with that.
This is correct. The world of Dragon Ball is very weird. People always have contingencies about this and always argue about it. No, it's not true, or blah, 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 or this and that. But either way, it doesn't really get Cell over Metal Sonic simply because Metal Sonic is over Universal. So scaling Metal Sonic, 1 Chaos Emerald can break the Earth into 7 pieces, which is said in Sonic Advance. 1 emerald is described twice to be able to pierce stars, already star level.
Which Metal can manipulate.
Now Dark Gaia in his weakest form split the Earth into pieces, okay? And Sonic later in the game fights one of the strongest forms of Dark Gaia, not the, but one of the strongest forms of Dark Gaia that's able to contend against Super Sonic and is able to damage him within base. So he's relative to a universal, multiversal plus being. Also, let's not forget about Razor Jin, who was said to take out 100 out of the 1,000 universes of the Arabian Nights in Sonic Secret Rings. And Sonic beat him in base twice. This dude took out 100 universes out of 1,000 and was the ruler. And I'm just lowballing him to Uni because obviously he's multiversal, but in base, Sonic was able to take him out. And guess who rivals Sonic and is his strongest rival? Metal Sonic. Keep in mind, Sonic no-diffed to Razor Jin and had him running. Either way, he's the closest thing to Sonic, and I don't see why not he wouldn't be able to do a lot of the feats, especially now that Sonic has done in the past. So, if he's still able to keep up with modern Sonic till this day, I don't understand why he wouldn't be able to perform older modern Sonic's feats and beat older modern Sonic's villains from the past. You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't rival Sonic in anything if he couldn't even do that and beat his older bosses and villains and stuff like that. And on top of that, if you add on Super Metal, Neo Metal Sonic or whatever, it's just, obviously multiversal, obviously stronger than what we think.
I don't think Metal Sonic's going to be able to compete with that. And
Is what he said in his dreams. And then he woke up. I think that a lot of people downplay Metal Sonic, and I even seen someone on Twitter say he's Amy level. And right when I responded with pictures of Metal Sonic being the closest thing to Sonic and all the other stuff, yeah, he blocked me. Personally, I think a better fight would have been Cell Max versus Metal Sonic. Hey, but that's just me though. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Peace. Love you guys.